Hello everyone and welcome in our beautiful Bedrock world. This video is all about the LC value that you can see right here. And it assumes that you know a lot of stuff about mob spawning. Just in case you don't, I will link you guys to super awesome videos that get into stuff like mob spawning more detailed. Be sure to check them out, they're really good. Now, for this video, what does the LC value actually tell you? Now the wiki says it's the max section height for the chunk you are in. It uses cubic sections, so heights will display in multiples of 16 minus 1. And for mob spawning, this basically means that, like in this chunk that I marked out for you guys, the LC value right now is 15. And that means if the game tries to spawn a mob, it will pick a random air block within this chunk from layer 0 to 15 and not any higher. So if the LC value would be greater than 15, there would be just more blocks that the game can choose out of, and it will decrease the chance for this lower section, let's say you have a mob farm in here, to choose an air block, and it basically decreases your chances of getting a mob spawn. The way this LC value is determined is actually pretty easy. The game just takes the highest non-air block that is built within this chunk and sets it to the respective section height. So in this case, we have a black wool on an, check my eye level, on layer 15, which is the highest block. So it just takes the lower section, which is 15. If I place another block right here, you can see the LC value increased, and it did that by the next section, which is 16 more blocks. If I move across this chunk border now, you can see that the LC value changes. Now let's remove this block. The LC value is still 31. Now why is that? This chunk here has to be reloaded, so the game kind of knows that it's actually just the lowest section where we have the highest non-air block. You can do that by either moving far enough away for this chunk to get unloaded, or just reload your world, which I'm going to do right now. So as you can see, LC value back to 15. So when building a mob farm, the LC value is kind of important, and it's easy to keep track of how high you want to set it. Let's just take the example we want to build in the lowest section, so we gotta keep track that we do not build any block higher than on layer 15. Now what's different though is I place a torch here and the LC value goes up, although there's no block above the layer of 15. So it's probably that the light level, or the block light level so to say, also affects the way the LC value is calculated. I just reloaded the chunk. The LC value went back to 15, although the torch is still here. So why is that? The only thing I can tell is that you have to update this torch. Bam, it goes back to 31. It also does that if I just move my player in the next section, which it didn't right now, but it should. There we go, now it's back to 31. So it has to appear some kind of block update within that chunk for the game to notice that block light level is in the next section to increase that. I know you might think I'm not gonna have any light in my mob farm. That's correct, but you gotta keep in mind redstone torches or repeaters do emit light as well. Let me just show you that. Place a redstone torch right here, and it went up to 31, although it is below the layer of 15. There's another odd thing that I would like to show you. We have a torch here, and I marked out the light level for you guys. So check the eye level. We are on layer 15 here, where we have a block light level of 1. Below is 0, so we're all good. So even if I update this torch, the LC value is not going up. But if I place a block anywhere in between here, it will go up. Let's do it. There we go, 31. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Must be related to the way light level is calculated. Here's another, well, I'd say unexpected behavior. Right now we're in the chunk next to this chunk, and this line here marks the 15th layer. So let's place a torch here. The LC value goes up for this unmarked chunk right here, and it also goes up for this chunk, which is quite obvious because we can tell that the light level of this torch reaches out or goes above the 15th layer of this chunk as well. Now let's reload this. So we reloaded this chunk, well, basically the entire world, but as you can tell, the LC value is still 31. So this is kind of unexpected. Don't know why that happened. You could basically say that if you have a torch or any light source that is on the border of two chunks and also on the border of the segments within those chunks, it will kinda store the LC information even if those chunks get unloaded. The reason why I made this video is mainly because I just had a lot of trouble when building my mob farm. I try to have the LC value under control, and I was really confused about why it was going up, although there was nothing built above a certain layer. And I finally kind of noticed that it had to be related to the block light level. So I'm not sure if this is known, and I'm not quite sure if the information that I provided you with here is 100% correct. So just in case you've seen anything in this video that is not correct, please let me know so we can spread the word. And apart from that, if you had similar problems with stuff like that, I hope this video helped you out. And can clear up a few things on how the stuff with the LC value works. Apart from that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.